Welcome to the Dice Dragons Guild. In this hall, we unite under one banner. Live by the die.
Die by the die.
5.
No.
When last we left off, our adventurers reconvened with the various leaders of the military and guard groups stationed at Balstead Village after having discovered the unpleasant truth that Yamari Island was no longer a safe haven from monsters. Theories were floated back and forth as to the cause of the disappearance of the monkeys and the seemingly coincidental assassination of a visiting Apranan ambassador, but no answers were presented. Eldon and Kai volunteered their time to take up a watch overnight and discuss their own theories, but their tense watch turned up nothing of consequence, and we rejoin you all convening in the office of Steward Adrio with Dafifi Big Toe of the Balstead Hammer, Amaret of the Valiant, and Millie, the assistant to the steward.
You called us adventurers. You didn't say would-be adventurers. You didn't say
Reluctant
you didn't
adventurers.
almost heroes or anything like that. She called us adventurers. I feel like we've all hit a milestone.
And so you all sit or stand in the office of Steward Adrio. He just welcoming you in. Says, we can get started. I appreciate all of your help. This big, wide smile. It seems really forced in this situation, but he looks really tired, as if he has not slept all night. As mentioned, 5 o'clock shadow, probably from the day before, really. His hair is a little bit, fly away on the sides. But he just kind of stares at the nondescript stone that is on his table. It has like one flat side, and then it's a rounded stone. Just points at it. Heard back from Mosswick. It's not great. It's not great out there. There are monsters. I wouldn't say we're overrun, but just, there's more out there than we are prepared for. At least Mosswick is walled. We do not have that luxury here.
This is widespread, you're saying?
We have, according to the mayor, there are reports from Echo Haven, from Briarburn, from Beechmere, and then just, the marketplaces, the Whispering Agora, the Balstead Market. Anywhere where there are people, everyone is being shuttled as much as possible to the city of Mosswick, within the walls. Our challenge is that we are the furthest away from Mosswick. We have a lot of people here.
Did this all start at the same time? Last night?
Well, he looks over at Millie, who's been standing next to the desk, and she just kind of steps forward and is like, we did hear a little bit of rumblings a couple of days. I would say 2 days ago. But it's hard to know. People say they see monsters. There's no monsters on Yamari Island, so we had heard of things. But it wasn't confirmed until last night. When we gave our all clear, the mayor said, all clear. I think they were trying not to worry people. I don't know.
They did not think it wise to inform us that there were monsters on this island now?
It wasn't confirmed. We want to send everybody in a panic at the Joy Festival. The Joy Festival is happening in Mosswick as well. We can't have thousands of people in a panic with unconfirmed information.
No, we can just panic them after the fact of slaughters, yes.
Well, now it's confirmed.
So,
We were able to confirm it.
so, what do we do now, moving forward?
Well, she looks back at Adrio, who's just again sitting there, just like her head in hands. We have multiple situations to deal with here. And sorry, Kaylin is also in the room. The hunter. We have two very upset ambassadors. This was supposed to be the place where people were coming together to build bridges, not assassinate each other. That's going to have to be handled very carefully. But we need to find the assassin. We need to... I can't say that we're going to be able to get everybody out of the village right now, but if perhaps we can at least get the Emporian ambassador and her family, they're going to need an escort. This is the issue. We don't have enough people. And the Apranan ambassador and the Emporian ambassador are not going to be within eye distance of each other. They refuse. They are convinced. And Millie is like, I mean, the assassin yelled for Emporia. What are you gonna do? This is what happened. It's a pretty strong case to say that the Emporians used this as an opportunity to kill. To what end, I don't know. I'm just an administrative assistant.
Well, it seems that the first order of business would be to find the assassin
I disagree.
and get whatever answers you can from them.
First order of business is that is not our business. That is the business of those two countries. Our business is monsters and missing monkeys.
Well, I mean, it's all our business. It happened here, in the Callian Empire's most safe. We agreed to host this for them. If we don't find the assassin, or at least a trail of where they went, evidence of their death, that's a problem for Callia. A much bigger problem than I should be worrying about. I am just the steward of Balstead Village. This is the biggest event that I deal with all year. Fifi comes over and she's like, it's all right. You don't need to be saying that out loud in front of our, guests. You want to pretend you're competent, Adrio.
Boom. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
Reminds me of like Willie the Giant from the old Mickey cartoons.
She's 4 feet tall, but
Yeah, I know, but just big and wide,
so at this point, Kaylin, the wood elf that was dancing with Kai and has given you free food, and the known hunter, just it's like, if I may, I mean, I can help out with several of these things. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm, arguably the best hunter that's here in Balstead. And, I mean, I can help you with both, but we can't do both at the same time. I can only be one place at a time. We can go try to find the assassin. I don't know how familiar you all are, and she's looking at Adrio and Millie and Tafifi and Emeret. I know a guy who knows where the monkeys live. And you see Tafifi is actually, oh yeah, the hermit. The hermit guy. What's his name? And Kaylin says, Cryon. He,
You spell that.
Krion.
My pen's dying.
He's not big on, he's a fucking hermit. So, not big on visitors, but I know that he was big on visiting the monkeys' sanctuary. He would know how to get there. We're saying, I mean, I gotta be honest, I'm usually out in the forest, but with the Joy Festival, after that first day, I didn't go back out. So I heard the monkeys. I caught a glimpse on the second of Glee, but after the third, I was here.
And what about these pig monsters? Have you seen anything in your trappings leading up to this?
No, I mean, Amaret gave me the lowdown. We didn't know. I mean, I was the monster to them, really. They were fine. I didn't go out hunting again after the festival started. I was drinking and working, but in the festival. So the monkeys were here on the 2nd of Glee. I saw them myself. After that,
Which day was it that we saw them?
you saw them on the 1st of Glee.
What moons were out last night?
The only moon, so Chaos, the orange moon, is up in the sky. The other 3 moons are in either waxing or waning, like gibbous. They're just a very small sliver of light. But Chaos is not full, almost.
So does weird shit only happen when it's full?
Weird shit happens when they are aligned. And you see one of them, like they're all in a line, and when you look, if Iara, which is the biggest white one, is there, and you don't see any other moons, they're probably all behind her, but the other ones are smaller and they go bigger. Regional or like life-altering for everyone type stuff happens when that happens. Otherwise, random shit just also happens randomly.
But that's what's attributed to the moons. If random shit happens, it's like, oh, the moons
There's
are fucking around.
So the way that people have noticed over the past 300 or so years is when the moons are aligned, whoever's in front, like something big is going to happen. But in general, stuff also just happens. So it can be a very, a little thing happens over here or over there. You might not know about it. There's a bunch of stuff that has happened that you don't know. It could be that your area got unlucky and, today this thing is happening there. Nobody has to be full or anything. It's just random stuff will happen. You just know that if you look up in the sky and for some reason that evening there's an alignment, you all on the entire plane are in for something. But it has been chaos in that way where things just happen for about 300 years. There's a lot of uncertainty that you all have grown up in.
Right?
And Kaylin said she saw the monkeys and the boars looking normal on the 2nd.
Yeah.
And then we fought them yesterday, which was the 5th.
Yes. You see Millie also, like, she looks at Adrio, who's not really paying attention to her. He's just kind of looking up at all of the other folks in the room. And Millie says, "What about that rain, huh? That could have been I'm not trying to be a downer here, but that could have been a sign."
Perhaps a warning.
Yamari was sending us a sign and we ignored it. We said it was a blessing. But it was a sign.
No.
She was crying from the skies.
Nothing we can do about that now, other than pay closer to attention to more signs, I suppose, if Yamari is indeed warning us of things.
Kaylin looks at all of you. It's like, we have several paths we can take here. I can help you find the assassin, may or may not be alive. I can try to go, we can try to go find Cryon and see if he'll help. We could also try to go to Yamari herself. That's a little bit more difficult and involves going up the mountain. It's been done. And Adria was like, yeah, it's been done. I mean, it's been done. That's where I gave you the holy water from Yamari herself. It's been done. Kaelin can do it. Whether Yamari speaks to you, I don't know. I've never been myself. Not much of a hiker.
The longer we wait to pick up the trail of the assassin, whether they're alive or dead, the harder it's going to be to pick up that trail. Right now, we could track the blood, maybe to where they are, whether they're alive or not. But if we wait, that trail isn't going to be there any longer.
And how will this help us when it comes to these creatures on this island?
Well, they're two separate and distinct problems.
Indeed.
Do you want the armies of Aprana and Aporia on your shores? Because that's what's going to happen when the word of this gets out.
It will not be on my shores. It will be on their shores.
Your whole island
Is
covered.
not a battleground. It is not important enough.
It will be.
It was made important enough when the ambassador was killed here.
You don't know Apranians.
But that is things that don't matter right now, because we still don't know where the monkeys or what's causing these creatures here. I think that might be stronger to try and root that out, politics aside. The assassination, again, that's things of yet to come.
I agree. We are of same mind.
For once.
I know it is a red day.
Dafifi speaks up at this point, just kind of like leaning over on the desk, leaning slightly. And she says, well, if you decide that you're going to go find this hermit, then we'll just send some folks to go try to find the assassin. It's not that it won't get done. We'd just be a little bit spread thin. We have other hunters. They're not as good as you, Kaelin. And she's like, I know. But we've got them, and we can send them.
I think we must decide what is more important, finding the monkeys or hearing from Yamari herself.
Well, you said Yamari sends the monkeys. Might be easier just to go straight to the source.
Right, that's how that works.
Hmm?
That's how that works. The monkeys are like
The monkeys,
emissaries of Yamari.
as far as the legend goes, the monkeys were sent by Yamari. There are only a certain number of them. They don't multiply in that way. There aren't thousands of them or anything. There's probably less than 50. And they just exist on the island, and people stay away from them, but you can be blessed by them. You know, seeing them is thought to be a blessing in and of itself. But, you know, there are babies, but it's unclear what their, life is like. They protect the island. The fact that they were there meant that monsters did not appear. It also radiated out on the water a certain distance that the Beachmere folks are very familiar with. Creatures did not approach the island either, which you can only imagine is probably not the case.
Every beach, there's a Jaws scenario going on right now. And there's that one town where the mayor's like, it's Joy Festival, we gotta have the beaches open.
Well, how treacherous is this journey to Yamari? Because if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it.
You are right. Kaelin just nods. It's it definitely is I mean, it's trekking up the mountain. I've done it a few times, but it's not easy. You know, I do it every once in a while to, you know, visit the shrine, and there's a waterfall. It's pretty nice, and that's the blessed holy water that I'll go up and grab a little bit. You know, I don't do it often so that it's important. You know, I don't want to have holy water everywhere.
You're going to oversaturate the market.
Yeah, right. So, you know, every once in a while I get paid a little extra. She kind of looks at Adrio, who's like, yeah. And then I head up there, but it's a good, with multiple people, to be safe, and depending on the weather, we're probably looking at 3 days.
Is there anyone who lives in the shrine? Priests?
No. It's just, you mean on the mountain?
Yes.
No.
Are there paths up this mountain, or do you have to climb faces?
It's a little bit of both. I've done my best to kind of clear, but I don't, I remember the path that I go. I got to clear it out every time I head up, and then there's some areas where you got to climb, and some areas where you can, like, go into the mountain and come back out. And
I know of mountain climbing. I'm from the Vastgand Mountains.
Oh, I have no idea where that is.
The treacherous mountains. Do you have enough climbing equipment for all of us? He's gonna look at Adria when he says that.
Adrio, who's like kind of half listening, he's like, we can get you whatever you need. I'm sure there's some of the vendors here are, gotta have something. Yeah, whatever you need. Whatever you need. He like does that smile again. Like, highly trained political smile.
Is that what do we want to do then? Scale the mountain. Talk to Ymeri herself.
Like you said, those monkeys kept this island safe. Until we know why. I mean, anything can happen. Who knows if those boars are just the beginning.
Yeah, I'd say that's my worry, is if we take 3 days to climb it, potentially to get no answer from Ymeri, what could happen in the meantime? Or if there's something like the monkeys that we could help them with soon or now, I guess.
How far to this hermit?
Well, that depends on if he wants to be found. I'd say day and a half. I mean, we got to go out. We got to look for him. We got to go out into the jungle to look for him. I got my traps around, but I mean, at this point, I can't tell you what's in the mountain either. I mean, it's been, if we'll say something happened after the 2nd, it's been 3-4 days. There could be stuff on that mountain.
Same amount of stuff that would be in the forest wherever this hermit is if he still lives.
Right. Agreed.
How much faith do you have that Ymeri will help us or tell us anything?
I do not pray to Ymeri. She is not my deity of choice. I do not know.
You say that, Adrio just kind of like looks at me. He's like, everyone prays to Ymeri. Everyone prays to Ymeri on Ymeri Island. You pray for laughter and joy and happiness. That's who you pray to. She would never take the place of our woven sons, of course. But she's an important deity here on Ymeri Island. It's like he's...
In case she's listening.
Yeah, like talking.
Like somebody's plugged underneath their clothes.
Yeah, right.
Lightning.
I just felt like a colonizer telling me not to worship my god because it's wrong.
You say, looking at the hunter, Kalen, so you say that this hermit knows where the monkeys live?
As far as I know, I've seen them interact in ways that they just didn't really like to like engage with other people. But I've seen them out in the woods, like him handing them food and them taking it straight from his hand. It was almost like he could talk to them or something. I don't know, but just kind of sitting around while they groomed each other.
If he can lead us to where they live or where they're from or where they stay, maybe we can get some clues there as to why they might have disappeared or where they went.
He also could have seen other things.
He also could
Creatures
have
or
been eaten.
Well, true.
Cryon is, I know this is a really safe island, but he's not from here. He's got a story. I think he's stronger than, like, he probably came here because it was safe, obviously. That's why we all come here. But, I don't know. Something about him.
He's the old Ben of Memory Island. I don't know. He's like way out there. He's got some kind of story.
Off beyond the dune sea.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
And when she says that, it's kind of why we all come here, or whatever, I'm going to have everyone... No, I'm not. Iolite. I'll say Iolite, Eldon, and Kethra.
You say I like Eldon and Kethra?
You hadn't noticed before, like, in your interactions with her, but now that you're all, like, in this room and talking and, like, interacting for, a long period of time, you notice that Kaylin has this interesting scar. It's, like, light, but it's the type of scar that you can tell at one point it was pretty, like, gnarly, whatever caused it, but it's like a scar that starts here and goes across her entire face. It's not deep and, like it was taken care of to try to make it as not noticeable as possible, but when she's talking about Cryon has a story and this is why we all come here type thing, like, you just happen to notice.
Why so serious?
This is the hunter.
Yeah. So just a fleeting thing.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to make us roll for something.
No, I'm just using your passive. Yeah, so.
Oh. I say in the essence of time, we track down this hermit, see what we can learn of the monkeys. They are connected to Yamari and protect her in her voice or whatever, then we will learn something there. If not, it's a dead end and we have to go up the mountain anyways. But this will be faster. Not safer per se, but faster. Thoughts? Agreements? Good.
Amarette, at this point, just kind of, she's been leaning up against the wall. She just steps forward. All right. I appreciate the help that you have already supplied. We do have some tricks up our sleeve. So hard. Up our sleeve. We'll worry about the ambassadors while you're out there. 'Cause we gotta figure that out. They cannot leave on their own. We do not have enough soldiers.
Are there provisions you can give us for this trek?
Kaylin is like, oh yeah, I can give you. I got plenty of pygmy boar and a stick.
The non-tentacled kind, I would hope.
Yeah, I haven't seen those, and don't really want to. So, and I definitely won't eat it because based off of Amarette's description, there's like acid. So,
Spicy.
Aye, wounding them seems to be like a defense mechanism with their blood.
yeah, I typically stay far away, even with little pygmy boars.
They didn't taste very good.
You ate one.
I'm so confused for like.
It took us all like a second for it to click.
Like, oh yeah, you were the bear. That's cool. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
As long as I don't have to bite another one of those. That was disgusting.
Well, fingers crossed.
Turning to Millie, because she seems to be the keeper of inventory. And perhaps armaments, protection for ourselves. I mean, we are not guards and soldiers here. We would need to perhaps have some equipment.
The best I can do for you, honey, is gonna be some. We've got a little supply of some healing drafts that we can give. You know, all of our armor and our swords, they are being used by our military might, the Valiant, the Cassian Guard, the Balsted Hammer. And then any civilians that we have been able to convince to kind of, because we are not good here. We have no walls. The monsters can just come right in. But I can give you some, some stuff. I would say also go talk to Loud Bellaril. Bellaril's got some stuff in his basement. I know he does.
Stuff.
Stuff in his basement.
Yeah, that's where he grows all his plants.
Oh, that kind of stuff.
So Adria, what can we get them? And he's just like, whatever you think is best, Millie. She's like, all right, hold on.
There's now a picture of just chain smoking. Ashtray like overflowing.
I'm trying to think of that, the meme with Matt McConaughey where he's got the cigarettes.
Oh, what movie was that from? Is that Tropic Thunder?
No.
No.
Was it the boxing? No, the fighting one where he played like not a meth head, like a crackhead or an ex-alcoholic. It'll come to me.
Millie returns back into the room. You can hear like loud talking out, and she's like, no, closes the door, and then she walks over. She's like, people are getting rowdy out there, and she puts 3 common healing potions down on the desk. This is what I was able to find. Don't forget. We gotta protect people. We gotta protect the people that are here. We appreciate your help. But if you die out there, we don't got anybody to go out there and get your bodies and get your stuff and, use it to protect ourselves.
We understand.
This guy gets it.
I get it.
Very smart young man.
Eldon blushes slightly.
Ayla rolls her eyes.
I take a potion and then I toss the one to you, the last one. Very well.
The 2 ladies didn't try to grab one?
We weren't fast enough, I guess.
It's not.
Chivalry is dead.
I was going to say, Eldon's going to put it down and just look at you 2 and just like slide it across the table so it like is in the middle of you 2, I guess, wherever you guys are standing.
You can take it.
All right. I'll share it if it comes to it, though.
Absolutely.
I was going to say, Eldon's going to like wrap Kai's hand if he goes to grab it.
I was so funny if Kai took
I just imagined he was going to take it. I was literally going to say as a reaction, I'm going to like wrap his knuckles.
All right. Well, that's all we've got for you. We appreciate you
Can we hear the people outside getting like rowdy?
You can hear, yeah, it's getting louder outside and outside the front door there, or outside the office door.
Do you have angry mob sound effects?
It's not that loud. It's just, a couple people
You
getting.
might want to ask the civilians and guests if anybody has any skills that might help you.
Yeah,
Anything
we've
you
been
need.
asking. Unfortunately, most people brought their bodies, and that was it.
Sometimes that's all you need. I mean, I'd put people to work if I were you. It's
Well,
people who are at work don't find the time to rebel.
you hear that, Adriel? And he's like, yeah.
Fortify,
right.
Fortify whatever
You are
buildings
right.
you can.
Kaylin, we appreciate your help. And she just nods. Like,
We're chalk fucking lover.
all right. Well, if you all want to kind of follow me to my house, I'll just, we'll go grab the supplies I've got. I've got some stuff, not enough for everybody, but we'll go
Lead the way.
to north. All right, let's go.
Were we stopping by that flower guy?
Is it on the way?
You are on the town command, which is right up here, and Loud Bellarills is right down there.
Are we headed in that direction?
You will be going north. Oh, no, wait, you're going... she hasn't told you yet, so you don't know. You can go wherever you want. But,
Did we want to stop at
Loud Bellarills?
Bellarill?
Bellarill.
Did we want to stop by Bellarills?
I suppose anything that would give us an advantage in this insane endeavor that we are undertaking.
All right, you guys want to go to Bellarills? We can go there first.
Yes.
All right, let's go. You step out of the office, and people are murmuring and talking to one another.
Rabble.
It's a pretty large building. You don't know exactly where the ambassadors from Aprana would have been placed, but somewhere in this building. You head out the front door. There are some people meandering about, but only very few. And it looks like they have like a destination that they are headed to. Like they're not keeping everybody in so they can't go to the bathroom and stuff. But you head down to the past the slab. Kaylin actually leads you back and to the building to the west of the big tent that Bellarill is usually in, as this would be Bellarill's home. Knocks on the door. You hear like a, "Who is it?" Like super loud. Kaylin.
That made me like, what is that?
Like it's friends. Bellarill opens the door. You can see there's a lot of people in his house. When he opens the door, there's just like it slams you in the face. This smell of all different types of flowers. It's not overwhelming, but it's definitely like takes you a second to get used to it. Hard to differentiate the different scents that are in there. It's like fruity smells and.
But it smells
willow
better than
roses.
the patient Fae, right?
Yes, it smells much better.
It's like a Bath and Body Works.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, like that. There's just like all these.
That was such a
competing-
perfect like analogy. When you walk
All
in,
the smells mixed
and it's just like
together.
getting punched in the face by like vanilla and
Right,
like coffee bean
lavender,
and all the different
lemon.
flavors. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Fresh
kind
linen.
of what happens, and then there are all these people. They all look pretty pleasant, like the folks that are in his house. And Kaylin is just like, hey, Belly, we gotta go to we gotta go out in the jungle. So, and Bellarill's like, oh no. I've been hearing that there are monsters out there. Monsters.
And that was still loud.
You hear
stage
people
whisper.
are like looking, and Kayla's like, can we go to the basement? And Bellarill's like, yeah, come. Everyone, enjoy your tea. I'm just gonna host these folks for a moment, in the laboratory. He heads down.
No, see, I was gonna say that's where he grows the good shit.
Yeah. He's got lines of UV lamps down there.
It's where he grows the good kush.
He opens up.
You're like, I need to have a ritual right now.
He opens up the door leading down to his basement.
Ritual or what?
He opens up the door leading down to his basement, and again, it's like a new, like, wall of scents is hitting you all as you head down.
I was gonna say the good kush.
And it is a full basement with grow lights of like different kinds. There's all these little drift globes that are clearly emitting this like sunlight light type spell. Or daylight is what it would be.
Dude, if we did bust a girl up.
Hey,
It's like the Heisenberg. He's like, I am the one that knocks.
it's all beautiful flowers. There's like all these different sections of flowers, ferns, there's herbs growing, like all
This is
lined up
He's got another basement.
in a row, all the lights illuminating this space. There's some flowers that actually appear to be the light from the drift globes is like the soft blue, like over in the corner instead of like the light. Another section has this like orangey color, and he's just growing all of these flowers and herbs and spices, all this stuff here. So he closes the door as you're all in there, and he says, "How can I help you? What can I help you with? You're going out into the jungle where there are monsters, I heard. Have you seen them?"
Yes, and yes.
It's true then.
Yes. Everything is true.
Ina and Yol, protect us.
We need whatever you can supply to us that can give us an advantage out there. And you can charge the steward for it.
Well, all of our lives are at risk. I will charge no one.
Oh, he is much kinder than I would. I threw that out there right away, because of capitalism.
What good is money if we are all dead? Do they have a plan to remove us from the village? This is not safe.
I believe
It's like
they are
yelling.
working
You can
on
hear
that.
people like kind of whispering up there.
You look up and there's like people looking through like the floorboards.
There's no such plan yet. They're working on it, but we need more information as to what's happening and why.
They best be working on it. Well, what I can give you, I have very little in the way of, I mean, mostly flowers, but I've got some stuff.
I've got some good shit that I reserved just for rituals. Just for my ceremonies.
So he begins.
I gotta make a shirt with a bong on it and say I have to go perform my ritual. Good. What do you call it? Ritual or ceremony?
Ritual.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just pulling up my random generators here.
I'm gonna have to make a Hero Forge version where he has like, I know they have the cigar, but I'm gonna make it like blunt.
I can totally see you lighting it.
I'll do
being
it.
like,
Same. Buffalo soldier.
right. The guard was like, he found you. Where's that music coming from? You take out your rust hat. That's part of the ritual.
You know where I can put this blacklight poster?
Just has a pocket of M&Ms.
Cheetos.
You got a bag of Doritos, like chill out back there.
Alright.
The other day, I ate half of the big bags of M&Ms. They have for Easter the peanut butter ones, but they're like the big egg-shaped ones that are like the robin egg size. You know what I mean? Yeah, I ate like 3/4 of a bag of that.
While doing
I
while,
after
I
while
had
doing a
those two
ritual.
gummies. I had
Well,
those
after
two
the
gummies.
Yeah,
gummies,
so
you
you
got-
did your
yeah.
ritual, and then you had half the M&Ms.
It was like an hour later, and I was like,
That's just part of the ritual.
Yeah.
I was like, I need chocolate and I need peanut butter stat
Yeah.
now. It was like an emergency.
Like, if you
know,
didn't
like-
eat them, someone was gonna like you're either gonna yelled at or something.
Then I had a hoodsie cup,
A
like
damn
a legit, like a
hoodsie cup.
legit hoodsie cup. Yeah.
Did you put the
Is that a
M&Ms
wooden
in it?
spoon?
No, no, that was already done. I bought that bag for Lee because it's her favorite candy, and I was just like, she's not here, I'll get more. I just cut that bag open and just.
All right, this doesn't want to load on there. So
I've
I'm gonna
never
find
had
it
a better
here.
hoodsie cup though. I'll tell you that much.
Nothing hits better after an
Ice
edible.
cream, oh my god.
Did you eat it with a little wooden?
They didn't have those, so I had. I did use a full metal spoon.
Oh, it was a finger scoop.
No.
Fingers.
Gross.
Dump it right in. Like a Jello shot.
But yeah, it's like it's an actual hoodsie cup. It was like with the swirl of
swirls.
vanilla and the chocolate. I didn't even know they still made hoodsie cups.
But yeah, as long as there's little kid birthday party, there's gonna be hoodsie cups.
All right, so
I want ice cream.
Bellaril begins kind of going through his back inventory along the back wall of his basement. You can hear like all the little clinking and whatever of things moving around. He's like, "Oh, this one could work. This one looks pretty good too." He's super loud, even talking to himself. He
Did you base this guy on me?
no.
Eldon is gonna quietly step back and talk to the two now that he knows you guys are druids, and he's gonna say, you might want to check and see if he has anything that you need for spell components.
Do you know that they're druids? Just because.
I would assume. Well, that one, yes.
Yeah.
That's a good point. But
The
I
bear's
saw,
probably-
but I
probably
saw
don't
you
know
do
about me.
magic though, so I would assume. I don't think I saw you do magic.
I put pigs to sleep.
Yeah, he did put the.
And he
She
gave me
put the pigs.
inspiration.
Okay, so then he would have said that to you, too. I
Good
don't
idea.
know.
Good idea.
Okay.
Is inspiration considered magic? I thought it was like
It's almost like a blessing from.
I didn't know if it was technically magic. Like
So-
how fighter maneuvers aren't. You know.
Bellaril steps back over and he's got like a very small handful. There's probably about like 5 bottles that he places out. Some of them, there's one that's like a leather bottle, just the way it's sewn. Places them down and he says, "Well, here I have a healing draft. It's not as good as the." It's not as good as the stuff that the druids make, but I've been dabbling. So, healing draft here, it'll help you in a pinch. Maybe, it's kind of like smelling salts a little bit. If someone passes out, you just dump it on their face; they'll wake up.
Yeesh. That's what she said. So are we gonna dump it on her face? You're right there. You're right there.
This I've been
I ain't
working
writing
on.
it. I'm not writing it.
Yeah, all right.
You should write it.
I have 3 of these. I have been working with some of the plants, local plant life here. These are antitoxins. If someone it's poisoned, this could come in handy. So 3 of these here, and this last one, it's a little bit of an interesting one. I've been pulling some of the, well, I won't talk about the experiments that I've been doing. I'll creep you out.
There's only one of this last one.
One of this last one. He says, but using some of the local wildlife that we have around here and some of the interesting plants that I've been growing down here. That one over there in particular, he points to this like very pretty flower that's got like an outline along the petals of this like light purple, and it's a light baby pink. This one will help you climb better. It's a potion of climbing that he has. interesting, kind of woven with the spiders, silk, and
For once, Eldon will actually reach forward and take that one.
he hands it over.
Because you know me, I like climbing potions and it's something I carried over from art.
I can't really help you with anything monstrous that you might find out in the wilds, but maybe this will help.
So it's just climbing potion. Just add that to my inventory.
I'll take 2 the antitoxin.
Okay.
Like-
if there was, sorry.
Yeah, I'm just putting stuff in my bag, so
Okay.
my pouch.
If there was 3 healing drafts, would that mean that
There's only
everyone has
one.
one? Oh, there's one. Oh.
Yeah, there are 3 healing potions of like common healing,
Oh, okay.
and then a healing draft, which is slightly less effective.
So there's a draft and a potion on the table. If anyone doesn't grab it, then I'll just.
Kyle,
We don't
take
have a
the
bag of holding,
antitoxin.
so I'll just.
Yes, I'll take a healing potion.
Okay.
So there's 2 healing potions left?
No.
They're
No,
all-
well,
everyone took
yeah, everybody.
Yeah,
so
the
you
healing
took the healing
potions were from
potion.
the
Well, I
top
took the
town
draft.
command.
from before.
No.
Those were healing
Those were healing
potions.
potions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's just the one draft from Bellaril.
Like I took the 2 antitoxins, like 1 for me, 1 for you.
Okay.
So I would just, I guess I'd hand that to you, so you just have it, I guess.
One of the
It's weird not
antitoxins?
having like a potion, not a potion, a bag of holding.
I mean, I didn't give you a bag of holding in Whippy.
True. But I'm just saying, like, now we actually, instead of putting everything in, we have to, like, divide it just on the spot, you know? It's not bad, it just...
Well, I mean,
Remember
we
we used to-
divide
we used-
stuff up too. Like,
Yeah, but later, remember how we used to just, like, basically put that at, like, the edge of the table and just sweep everything in and be like, yeah, we'll take care of that. We'll hand all this out later. Inevitably, we always forgot, but...
So Kaylin just is like, I appreciate everything that you can give us, Bellaril. You know, it's more than what we started with, so much appreciated. Well, we're try to keep everybody calm up there. You know, maybe practice that like self-talking that we, you know, talking in your own head that we had talked about for a little while. I know we haven't met in a bit to, you know, continue with our, you know, studies, but
Is the healing draft in the...
yeah, DRAUGHT.
Oh, drop. Is that how you pronounce it? Drop?
Draft.
Really?
Craggy.
There's probably multiple ways, like conch.
There's only one way to spell it, multiple ways to say it.
Right.
I've never heard it actually. It's like one of those words that you've never.
Yeah.
I've read a million times in all like the books that I've read, like Game of Thrones and all that stuff. You see it like, oh, it takes a long.
Yeah.
I always assumed I just drop. You know what I mean? Like a long drink from a cup.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Man,
it's draft.
I've been fucking that up since I was like.
Yeah, it's draft.
I've been fucking that up since I was like 11 years old. Shit.
Well, that's
the
why it's
fun
like
part about
reading
reading.
like a Star Wars book, like all the books, but like
Coral
before there was like
stance.
when there was only the
Yeah.
when there's only like 3 movies, and then maybe the prequels came along, and then hearing like Coruscant for the first time.
Yeah.
I read that as a kid. I'm like, they went to Coruscant.
Yeah. Coruscant. Mercur.
Yeah.
So, Kaylin kind of leads you back up, and Bellaril following behind. And you can hear him saying, like, "These are all my babies down here. I really hope this gets sorted out. I'm sure with your help it will. You all seem very capable. Capable bunch."
Yes, we appear to be.
Yes, I would agree. He's heading up, and then he closes the basement door. You see a bunch of people like looking at you as you head out, and Kaylin is like, "Everyone, don't worry. The folks in the town command are going to be out, and they will supply an update as soon as possible. It's just, you know, very complicated. Lots of folks. We want to make sure everyone stays safe. But you're in good hands here. I'm sure that Belly here has some great food for you, and right next door is the bakery. So, you know, plenty of food just rest until the Valiant and the Cassian Guard come by or give an update. You're going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine, everyone. All right, have a good day. So, you walk back out into the town square, and she's like, yeah, we'll just, like, head over to my place. I'll grab some stuff, and, how about this? Maybe if they'll let you, go down the Joy Run and you know, ransack some places, see if there's any, just, like, rope and stuff. There's gotta be just a supply shop with... Oh, you know what? I'm stupid. Why don't you go to the stables? There's stuff at the stables. I'll meet you,
Is Joy Run abandoned at this point?
You looking down the road, you can see that there are a couple of guards, like, set about 15 or so feet further down the road from Callie's and the Balsted Hammer. You don't see people, like, walking further past that.
So all the tents down there, like, people just, like, left all their shit and ran for cover.
Maybe. You'd have to go and look. But there aren't people there that you can see.
I do like looting.
Kaylin is like, I'm gonna head to my... How about I just meet you at Yamari? And she points to the statue of Yamari on the slab.
Sounds good.
Yes.
All right. I'll be back. 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops. She takes off towards the west as you all head to the east to the Silver Sage stables. In the stables, there are lots of people there. Again, kind of sitting with the horses. You see the 3 horses that are typically all geared up to go make the trek to the hot springs. You're able to gather rope pretty much. There's like rope, there's different kinds of, I'm not going to say adventuring supplies, because not necessarily, but just kind of mostly rope, probably. Yeah.
Eldon will grab 2 lengths of rope.
Okay.
I think that gives me like...
Kyle, grab a length of rope if there's one.
Okay. Are you all grabbing rope?
Yeah, I'll
Or
grab
just
rope.
say you grab rope. Okay.
I have my whip.
Are you grabbing rope?
No, I have my whip.
Okay. The
There are
rope
things
is
you could do with rope.
the rope is 50 feet long.
Fine, I'll grab a rope.
I was gonna say well, the whip's only gonna get you down so far, and it's gonna be like, whoa.
All I can think of is Boondock Saints. Name one thing you need that fucking rope for. That's all I can think of.
I'll have if you all want to make an investigation check too.
I do want to loot the tents.
So looting the tents,
So
you can do.
Like, I'm not robbing them of their jewels. I just want to go see, like, if there's useful things.
I thought you said make a roll. I'm sorry.
Investigation
Angry.
while you're in the
I don't know why. I don't want to.
stable. If you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
14.
10.
Okay.
Thought I had some for that. 16.
9.
Five.
So I'm so used to having like pluses on things now that I usually didn't. I forgot investigation is a
All right.
intelligence.
Kethra, you find a in the like, it looks like maybe dropped, but as you're kind of going through the stables, you find this little earring, and when you pick it up, it glints. It's in the shape of a teardrop, and it's got the little hook on it for hooking it in your ear. And when you kind of hold it up to the light, you look and can see that there does appear to be actual liquid in there. So you find that it's a teardrop earring. Very cool. Sorry, what did you roll?
10.
Okay. 16?
16.
9, 10, 5. Eldon.
Did you hear that?
You find
Here. Weird. solar plexus just went blah.
This purple handkerchief that is it's embroidered with the name why can't I find the name of Zaganath, which you know to be the name of that wizard that you guys
wizard
did
wrestler?
Yeah.
Right? The wizard boxer?
He wasn't a boxer, but yes.
In my head it is.
Oh, the performer?
Him and the clown juggler man.
Yes. Other than that, yeah, you all kind of meet up with, wait, what were you doing? Oh, you wanted to loot. So if you do want to loot, you have to head down Joy Run.
Yeah, I guess there's not enough time for that, right?
It's up to you. You can do what you want.
Do we want to go see if there's anything useful in the abandoned tents down Joy Run?
If we make it fast.
Yeah, very well. Let's go quickly.
Okay. Are you just kind of going into the tents, or are you trying to be sneaky about it? Because there are guards just kind of watching you all. Just.
We are on a mission. What's the guy's the store? Dario? Adrio. We are on a mission. Adrio has sent us.
Are you saying this to the guards?
I am saying this to the guards. We are checking for anything that is of value here that could be useful for us to, on our trek to see where the freaking monkeys have gone, to save the island and your cushy jumps.
You can make a persuasion check.
Remember, you have inspire.
I already used that.
Oh.
Nat 20.
Yay!
So plus
Probably 5.
25.
Nice.
Okay.
They just bowed down and just like
Just-
One of the
smooshed the top of your sandals like, yes, ma'am.
one of the guards, who appears to be from the Cassian military, is there with one of the Balsted Hammer, actually. And they just kind of like look at the Balsted Hammer guard, and you hear them say to them like, "Is this allowed? It's just like going through the tents to take people's things while they're not there?" And the Balsted Hammer is like, "I don't know. They said Adrio sanctioned it.
I gotta write that name down. I keep forgetting.
All right. Oh, all right, ma'am. Sure. You all be safe. I mean, just be careful. We only stop about here, so the further down you go, the more dangerous it could be."
't you? You are doing a great job in service and protection of yada yada yada.
Yep, you too. So you all head down. I'll have you do an investigation check. I'm gonna just do. We'll do 2 rolls, like either one with
Fuck
advantage.
me! How do I go from a 20 to a 40?
I was gonna say.
Either one with advantage or 2 people can roll.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I thought everybody rolled.
yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, fuck it. Here, give me one of yours. Actually, you roll.
That is 13 and a 6.
Investigation.
Yep, 13 and a 6.
Okay. I'm gonna say with a 13, I'll have you roll roll a D100. Actually, how about 3 of you roll a D100?
Ooh.
I volunteer as tribute.
Got 2 round hundreds right there.
Right here.
We'll see what you find in here.
Want to roll into it?
Sure.
Roll the big one.
The biggie. Roll the biggie.
I don't even know where that landed.
Thunk.
What does it say? 76. That was fun.
That is 46.
46.
else.
45, sorry. 45.
Okay, so going through, you actually go into Callie's, and
Do we steal the jugs?
if you want to steal her jugs, you definitely
fucking hold
can't
them
steal
for
her
ransom.
entire livelihood. That's up to you.
Oh,
Well, she did fucking lie to us.
This campaign, if we really wanted to, starting right now, we could just fucking go down like a spiral. Of just,
Dark path.
yeah. It all
Actually,
started with stealing
within
jugs.
the Balsted boarding house, I will say, you kind of go through a little bit of what they have. Mostly high-end, hoity-toity stuff that's not going to be overly helpful, but you find in the back room a very small vial of acid. That you're able to pop.
What kind of acid?
Well, you'd have to pour it down your throat to find it.
I mean, like burning acid or like trippy acid?
It's definitely a Bernie type. You rolled a 45?
I'm going to
6?
make my character just be a drug addict now.
Just
dropping acid, doing
anything we
rituals.
find.
This ain't the first time I've eaten penis, Joe Rogan. My line of work ain't penis all the time.
You are able to find leather workers' tools in one of the other tents. And then what was left?
51.
That's not helpful. You, going through one of the other tents, are able to find a small crystal that you can definitely use, or someone can use as an arcane focus. It's worth about 13 gold.
I'll hang on to it.
Okay. In terms of other things, like, you could... There's stuff out there in these tents, but as you're going through it, it's like... It appears that folks mostly grabbed the things that were mainly important to them. I mean, there's silk scarves if you'd like to grab some silk scarves. There are... There is one of the vendors that's selling the potion of thirst quenching, so there's like a small handful of those, like purified waters, if you wanted to grab some.
I'm gonna take those.
Eldon's going to grab... Hey,
Let me roll to see how many there are.
It's like if disaster struck and you're at like the Comcast Center.
There's only 2, so you're gonna have
You're
to.
gonna like take those like
those.
$20 bottles of water of Poland Spring.
But a lot of the stuff that you find is like people's clothing and like, you know, stuff that they have left behind. There's books at the bookstore, the Folding Folio. There are, yeah, it's slim pickings.
Are there any arrows and stuff? No.
There's no weapons sold.
Oh right, they would have turned them in.
Yeah.
Can I take a silk scarf?
Whatever color fancies you.
I'll take a blue one.
Okay.
To match my hair.
Are there any books
Try it
on
on the end.
like the history of the island or like I don't know, Lovecraftian horrors?
There are, so you can make a we'll say perception check to look through.
$17.
You definitely find a book about Yamari, like legends and history. It goes through pretty much what you already know about the island. Yamari is said to have, well, I guess, would you share this with folks as you're, like, finding it? Or no?
Yeah, I'll be reading it out loud.
Okay. So Yamari, the legend of Yamari Island is said to have been that Yamari was a goddess, a demigod. All of the gods are demigods except for Ina and Yol and the siblings. So very, very small influence. There was a party. Did I already go through this with you all? The legend of Yamari Island.
I don't think at the table.
Okay. So, according to the legend, and you share this as you're like reading the book because you guys are kind of walking through.
Listen to this in my voice.
Yamari Island is.
Auntie Ayla, tell us a story.
It is said that there was a party. Ina and Yol called all of the demigods up to celebrate their unending love as the two gods just stare into each other's eyes endlessly, and everyone knows how much they love each other. So much. So they have this party, and all the demigods and other gods are invited, and they attend. And Yamari goes up to this party, and she is there, the goddess of joy and laughter and happiness. And at some point, one of the other demigods, suggests that everyone should present a present, a gift, to Ina and Yol on this special day celebrating their love, a day no different than any other day, but it's a party today. And so each of the demigods begins presenting a gift to Ina and Yol. And when it comes to Yamari's turn, she steps forward and gives what she believes is the biggest and most important gift of all, which is the gift of joy and laughter. And she laughs and just radiates this joy and happiness. One of the other gods in the room, a little jealous perhaps, or maybe a history with Yamari, accuses her of laughing at the gods and convinces them, with the room of people, the room of other gods, that Yamari is laughing at them. She is mocking them. In their own house, she laughs in their faces. Ina and Yol, taking a moment to look away from each other, seeing Yamari laughing, hearing the words from this other god, cast Yamari down from the party to the deepest depths of the ocean, where she remained in darkness. She found herself surrounded by rocky crags under the water, no light to be seen. But this was Yamari. She is the goddess of joy and laughter and happiness, and she would not be defeated so easily. And so she began to laugh from the bottoms of the ocean, the bubbling of her happiness lifting her up. And the legend states that that is how the island of Yamari was formed, was from her laughter, and that the mountain, she exists within the mountain herself, and her goal is to rise back up to where Ina and Yol are and explain to them the miscommunication that happened. Of course she would not be laughing at them. She will bring her joy and her laughter. She will not be defeated. And the mountain is called the Laughing Rise, as she is rising up to go back to Ina and Yol and convince them of their mistake, using what she knows how.
And that is the tale. Put it back on the shelf.
In terms of any kind of books on unusual creatures with tentacles and whatnot, you spend several more minutes looking, there is nothing. There are books on creatures, but none of them described as you saw.
No, very well.
Can I take a look around and see if there are any books that either have anything to do with, like, stars, celestial stuff, or, like, rocks?
Yeah, make it a perception. We'll say a perception check to look around.
That story half.
Natural 20.
Hey. What was that?
Natural
yes.
20.
Oh
Yeah,
shit,
20.
that's like almost
So
two
plus
in a
4,
row.
24.
That's awesome.
That story half reminded me of like Hercules' birthday party in the Disney movie.
Yeah.
Here it is. You're gonna work yourself to death. Why so stiff?
No, doesn't want to do it.
That's one of the forgotten, like, classics. Never gets as much love as it deserves.
Is there anything in particular about the stars or rocks that you're looking for?
I guess the stars, but more like celestial bodies, planets, rare events that may have happened. Yes.
Okay. I will say you are able to find a book that seems to go into detail about the various constellations that have been identified. And the meanings behind them.
I'll take that.
All right. Anything else anyone's searching for? Okay. So you head back up the Joy Run. The guards just stepping out of the way as you head back into the town square. Kaylin.
Salute them as we walk past them. We're just.
Kaylin is standing, just like leaning up against the slab, as it has been far more than the 5 to 10 minutes that she said that she would meet you there. And she just stands up as you approach. It's like, I thought you guys got lost, or maybe tried to leave without me, which would have been really crazy. You got everything? I mean, she's got this like big heavy bag by her feet that's clearly full of like rope. There's at least a couple of climbers kits in there. She actually pulls 2 of them out and just puts them down on the ground and is like, well, I'm not gonna hold on to these, but you can grab them for when you never know what you're gonna run into out there. There's rope in here. There's pythons, I think is how you pronounce it. There's stuff in here, that can help us out in the jungle.
Eldon's gonna take a step back because he already has all of his own stuff in his backpack. All the climbing gear.
I'll take it.
Okay. Got one more.
I'll take it.
Okay. All right, I got plenty of food in this bag for all of us, at least for like the day or so journey.
Just like climbing gear?
We're heading out to
Yeah.
go find Cryon, right? That's our first order of business. That's what we decided to do.
That is what we decided to. Yes.
Okay. All right, folks. I was gonna say a couple rules, but I mean, I guess there's really only one. Just like pay attention. Listen to me. That's a second rule, I guess. Listen to me when I'm speaking. I'll do a little sign. Maybe I'll do like or something when we're coming across like one of the traps I set. Hooty-hoo. Yeah, just I'm gonna stay back. I will not engage up close with anything that maybe comes at us. I'm used to the boars running away from me, not running towards me. So it's not. I have experience with things running towards me, but it's been a while. So
What, do I look like a brave adventurer to you?
well, I mean, you're standing here and you're willing to go with me out into the woods, so yeah.
Appearances.
Yeah. Well, you're good at those, like keeping that up. It's part of your job.
That's what I am doing.
You're doing a great job. No one would know that, you're a dancer. You're a hero today.
I am no hero.
Well, maybe you will be by the end of the day. Yeah, so they're gonna handle the assassin. You look up more towards like right about here, right outside of the town command, and you see a couple of the Valiant and Cassian guards are there, and one of the Valiant actually, 2 of them step away. The Valiant and Cassian guards step away from another one, and you see one of the Valiant very quick, and you are now familiar with it, having seen Kethra do it. This transformation into a large wolf, larger than what you have seen. Well, there are no wolves on this island, but a dire wolf, like big, probably like their shoulders are shoulder height with the people standing next to them, like a huge wolf that just kind of woof, and then begins sniffing the ground. And you see one of the Valiant just kind of like slaps the haunches of the dire wolf, and then that wolf and the Valiant head off while the Cassian guard stands and just kind of watches them go. So, and so Kaylin then looking at all of you is like, all right, let's go. She heads out. You walk across the slab, across the town square, and she just is like, "Oh, this is as good a place as any to enter. Doesn't really matter. We'll just head in." And she takes out this machete that she has and just starts hacking at the brush as you head into the greenery. And you can hear the birds chirping and all of the interesting sounds from the jungle as you head into the sleeping wilds.
We should have grabbed some machetes. I totally forgot.
I had 2 short swords, but I gave them to you.
Yeah, but those aren't. That'll ruin them. Just hacking away at the plants.
We'll say she's got a couple more in her bag. You guys can grab. There's 2 more. You can grab a machete.
Eldon will grab one.
Okay.
I
You just
figure,
start
I figure
heading in.
Ayla isn't going to be.
I'll take the other one.
Yeah, really? Okay. There you go.
Kai's just standing back watching them both.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, pretty boy.
Keep up the nice work.
Make sure you don't step in anything with your boots.
You should too. In Kaida's prestidigitation, it smells like Eldon stepped in something.
Eldon does not care.
Kaylin is like up front. She's like, "Already? Man, this is gonna be a long trip with you all, huh?" And as you head into the jungle, I think that's where I'll stop.
No! Keep going!
I don't.
I wasn't expecting you guys to go this way.
The stuff that I have is like a session, so I can't start you right now because that's.
So we're in agreement that this Kaylin is this realm, this plane of existence, Issa?
Seems
She's not as big of a.
She's just gonna keep popping up wherever we go.
I really hope her middle name is like...
Taterbush?
Yeah, something Issa related.
Kaylin Taterbush.
No, she is a completely new character. Who I didn't plan on really having appear more than once, but she just kind of has.